Greetings and salutations, life and poetry fam. Welcome back to the channel with your boy, you guessed it, your host, Marcus T. This guy, right? Today, we're going to start off this video in a different way. I want to start off this video by giving a special shout out and shameless plug to my lovely fiance slash camerawoman slash best friend slash personal chef slash person that takes care of me when I don't feel like doing nothing on my own, right? She's amazing, guys. Get you one. Hashtag mine, right? So I want to shout out her business, right? She's starting off her first business. She's a small business owner, new at the game, but she's hitting the ground hard, right? She is a baker, guys. She's starting her own bakery. Yay! I'm not gonna put the sound effect, so I'm just gonna do it again. Yay! So she's starting her own bakery, right? And for these, she's been doing a lot of different things. She's been having a lot of orders coming through, but she also loves to do those special treats for special people. So, with that being said, this Mother's Day, she is doing a special for all mothers. All mothers. You don't have to show up with your child or no baby pictures or anything like that, right? She's doing a special for all mothers where she will be selling. I'm looking at the computer so I don't get it wrong. She checked me. This is the second video we shot, right? We had to stop the first one because she checked me and said I'm doing it wrong. Let me make sure I read it correctly, right? So her business is entitled, and before I get to that part, it will be in the video somewhere, wherever it pops up at. It might be down. It'll be there somewhere. If not, it's in the description down below. Her link will be there for her Instagram page for her business, guys. Her business is entitled Desserts by Jay, right? That's her name. She's Jay, that girl behind the camera, right? So Desserts by Jay, where she is a DMV baker. If you don't know what DMV stands for, that is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. We are East Coast bred. We are stationed in East Coast. This is East Coast, right? Yeah, we're out of Maryland, right? But you know, DMV area, it's all the same melting pot. You give it if you're from here. But she specializes in cupcakes and other mini desserts and bite-sized treats, guys. It is freaking phenomenal. It's delicious. She has cupcakes, brownies, and cake pops. Oh my, it's amazing. You will love it if you want some. Hit her up, guys. Her info will be, again, one of them side videos down below, right? But she is doing that special for mothers, guys. For Mother's Day, she will be selling cupcakes, individual cupcakes for mothers. Starting at, well, actually, only for $1. You can't beat it. It's $1 a cupcake for any mothers, whoever. You can count 15 mothers. You want 15 cupcakes, $15. Just $1 a cupcake. If you want to hit her up, again, her information will be in the bio down below, and her Instagram page will be one of these sides. I haven't really figured out the directional thing, but it's been one of them sides right there. You can take a look at it. But yeah, Desserts by Jay, where she specialized in, again, I'm reading off the bio so I don't get it wrong. I'm not trying to get in trouble for y'all. Desserts by Jay, where she specialized in cupcakes and other mini desserts. Delicious, right? So, yeah. Now I got that. I got my points for today with my other half. I'm gonna move the computer to the side because I don't want to get distracted by this video here. But now that it's out the way, I want to finish off. That almost failed, right? I'm not cutting that out either. We're gonna set that on the floor right there. Forgive me if I got out of frame. But I want to finish the discussion about when we were talking about 2016 and my hospital visits, the amazing vacation I had, for lack of better terms, that had absolutely no fun. 2016. I believe I did 2 other videos. I will possibly link them into this video at the end. If not, you guys can always go back and check those out in the Storytime tab or just in the video, whatever you can get to from there. But yeah, so it was 2016, first hospital. We're at the second hospital. We went through all these things, the other videos. First hospital, I blacked out all these things in the hospital. We're gonna fast forward at 2. We're pulling out of, we're coming into the second hospital, and we're gonna roll out all the same video, right? I'm trying not to break this video down too much because it is a lot to get through, right? So if I'm running through this here, forgive me. I know I talk fast. I'm working on it, but I like the way I talk, even with my stutter, right? So we're in the second hospital, right? And mind you, the first hospital trips were just, I didn't care to be in them. I went through so much stuff. I wasn't eating and things. I was losing weight, and I found that I was sick, right? So the second hospital trip, I had got sick again, ended up in this hospital, and when I got to this hospital, it started over. I did not care for life, not one bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not care. I'm trying to stop from saying guys. I almost said it, and I looked over at my fiance on the other side of this camera, and she gave me a look like, don't you dare say that again, right? So I was in this hospital, and things started to change for the worse, and it was just going back downhill. And I started to realize that things weren't going to work out in my favor, so I was going to pick God in this box. Remember, I'm a praying man. I knew God was with me, so I was saying to myself, I'm going to put him in this box, right? Because he's not really working on my behalf. So I was going to minimize the things that he could do and try to take everything into my own hands. And as I was doing it, things started to fall even further. I lost more weight. At this time, I was 113 pounds in this hospital. I came into the hospital at 145, the first hospital at 145, ended up 113 in this hospital. Just pretty much bone, skin, meat, right? And with all that happening, I started to realize one thing, that I was getting sick and I had no control over anything. I was sick, it is what it was, and we did not know to the extent of what was going on, because all the doctors were saying the same thing. It's rare occasions that what was happening to me was happening, but they could not pinpoint the specific detail as to what was actually causing my symptoms. They could not figure out what actually caused my legs to give out, or for me to be losing weight like this. Now, we knew we had one diagnosis in the bag, but we could not pinpoint the broad span of it all. Okay, so with all that happening, I'm in this hospital. I'm like, okay, if these doctors can't figure it out, and if God ain't gonna try to step in and fix this, I'm just gonna really finish it off in this hospital. I'm just done. I'm not gonna do anything at this point. And lo and behold, one day I'm in this bed. I'm in this hospital where I went in towards the end of May, give or take. I believe it was after Mother's Day, I think so. And I'm in this hospital, and I get a knock at the door. And the door pushes open, and a team of 5 doctors walk into this place. Doctors, not nurses, but doctors walk into my room. And they're all asking questions, this, that, and the third. And some of them start to leave, and some were still asking questions. They got answers, they started to leave. And I'm sitting there like, okay, y'all asking questions, so what are y'all gonna do? Like, y'all gonna help me out? Or y'all just sitting here looking at me with a way just for kicks and giggles, right? I felt like I was at a circus. I felt like I was at an attraction at like the carnival or something. I was in the cage, and they were there to just excuse me. But it was this one doctor who stuck it out. And after all the other doctors left, they said they would not take my case because they couldn't figure it out themselves. They was like, okay, this isn't my field. I don't know what to do from here. But this one doctor said to me, he said, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on you. And I want to be your doctor. I want to be on your team of doctors who are going to help you get to where you need to get to. We're going to get some answers, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. You're going to do like everybody else did. I'm going to get my first exam done. You're going to push me to the, when they say, push me to the left and send me to the other doctors for this, that, and the third. Money this, money that, or whatever. Right, but as time went on, she kept coming. She sent her staff out. They did that. They did evaluation. They got my medical records and charts and everything. And she said, you know what? I got it. So she set me up with an appointment and things like that. And she started attacking things in ways that the other doctors just would not do. We tried out, maybe in my lifetime in this visit of 2016, I was on maybe 15 different medicine cocktails. Now, medication cocktails is not just, it isn't just one medicine. It's a combination of multiple medicines, right? So I'm on at least 15 different cocktails. And she says one thing, she says, you know what? We're not going to keep playing roulette. We're going to find something, we're going to pinpoint it, and we're going to stick with it. And lo and behold, she came back to me and said, you know what? These are your new medicines, and these will work. And okay, this is another game of roulette. And I'm taking medicines, I'm taking the medications, and my labs are coming back, and they're improving, right? So, okay, maybe she knows what she's talking about, just a smidget bit, just a little bit, right? And as the days are going on, I'm getting stronger, my appetite's coming back, and then something goes to left. Boom. Right? And I'm like, okay, look, I know for a fact it's not what I'm eating because I'm eating regular food. It has to be medication. So we go back to my lab work and stuff like that, all these analyses get done, and we found out that it was one specific medicine that was making me sick. And I mean sick, I mean like complete nausea. I was throwing up places, I was just done with everything, right? My son was in maths, twisting and turning. So she comes back and says, okay, we're gonna take this medicine now, and we're gonna leave the rest of them the same. And then, boom, we had the perfect combination that was gonna work for me, right? So we're getting all this stuff done, and I'm going through my physical therapy, getting stuff, getting strong in my legs, working out, getting my PT done out the way, boom, bang, bang. Now I know that it was not gonna happen overnight, that I was gonna walk. That's fine. It was okay, but I knew that I had to put the work in, and I had the tools in that facility to get it done. So I left that hospital, and I was transferred to a physical rehabilitation facility that was pretty much maybe 2 minutes from the hospital, which was a blessing. It wasn't a travel, so they transported me there, and I met with a team of physical therapists where we just went head on with it, right? So now I have the medicine out the way. I got that lockdown. I'm eating back I'm getting my weight back a little bit. I went from 113. This time I left the hospital, I was 116. For you, it may not seem a lot, but for the way that my illness was eating at my body, it was a victory for me. Heck, even 1 pound, I almost cussed. Even 1 pound would have been a victory for me. But again, I was still having God in this box. It's like, okay, man, maybe this was the doctors, this wasn't God. He was sitting in the back seat, eating Cheetos or whatever, and I'm still in this place of saying, you know what, I'm gonna just trust in these doctors. And I get to the rehab place, and the doctors come back in. My team of doctors, her staff comes in and says, look, we got this out the way. These your therapists are gonna work with you, and they're gonna get you back up out of this wheelchair, at least on your feet with a walker or a cane or such as that, so we can get you pushing forward. Okay. So I'm in this rehab place, and one of my nurses come in. Her name was Julie, right? She come in, and she was from Jamaica. Had the most amazing accent as can be. You had to have her slow down just a little bit so you could actually understand what she was saying. But she said to me, she says, baby, you need to pray. And I was like, huh? She says, you need to pray, right? I tried to do the accent. It didn't come out just as well. She says, baby, you need to pray. And I was like, for what? She says, because God hears you. And I'm like, lady, you don't know me. In my head, I'm saying this, right? I don't want to disrespect her because she's my caregiver. She's my caregiver at the time. So I'm like, you don't know me. So she sits down I have a chair next to the bed. She sits down and says, you're going to order some lunch. And while we're waiting for your food to come, we're going to pray together. And she tells me to start. So I start praying. And I'm praying, and I start to cry. And she tells me that she's not about to pray. She wants me to just keep going. So she leaves the room, go gets my food, comes back, says, are you finished praying? And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. She says, so what happened? And I was like, nothing happened. She said, something had to happen because you stopped praying. I didn't go back to reflect. I was like, I didn't understand what was happening. This is all in this hospital, guys, right? And it started to take a turn for the better, right? I'm starting to feel more alive after this one prayer happened. And with all that happening with the doctors and the nurse, I'm like, okay, wait. How could I put God in this box, in this hospital, if he allowed all this stuff to happen for me? He brought me the doctors. He brought me to the right facility that brought the doctors to me. They brought doctors to me. I didn't have to call these doctors or these specialists that specialize in the illness that I had. And all this stuff started to happen. I'm like, okay, wow, God, you're actually working on my behalf. So I had to realize that to pull him out of this box and put him in the forefront of everything that was happening in 2016. I began to realize that even though I was in the predicament that caused me pain and I was falling down, that I never really fell down. I always had that one thing, that entity that was pulling me back up. And that was God. That was God. And I knew something was there, but I just thought that it was just life. Not realizing that God was life. You know, God was life. And in all that happening, I'm with these doctors and things like that, and time is starting to end for me at the rehab place, and I get discharged and I go home. I'm like, man, if I go home, will the doctors still be on my team? So the day of me getting discharged, I get a call from the nurse, the head nurse at the rehab facility, saying that your doctors will come see you before you leave. So I'm packing up my room, getting ready to leave, and my rider's on their way, and my doctors come in and they say, look, you may be leaving this facility, but you're not leaving our care. We are your team from this point on. And I was like, nothing but God. And guys, I lived, at the time I was living in Sea Pleasant. The doctor's office was in Silver Spring. For me, that's a hike. I don't drive. I can't drive. Heck, I can barely walk. Again, I almost cussed. I'm gonna catch my tongue. If I slip one time, forgive me. But I can barely walk. And lo and behold, I found the way to get back and forth from this doctor, right? They worked it out for me to have somebody, pick me up, take me there, and which was a correspondence with my family. So I was like, look, I have my doctors here. Let's get me there, get me back. We got it, in the bag, whatever, right? So I'm home now, and all this stuff's happening. We're still in 2016. All this happening, and I go to maybe 3 visits with them, and they tell me something that blew my mind completely in these first 3 visits. My doctor says to me, she says, look, we pinpointed the medicine, we got the issue, but something that you need to know. And I was like, okay, what? She says, in the previous doctor visits with your other doctors, you were misdiagnosed a lot was going on in your body. Guys, previously, before 2016, I was diagnosed with a sickle cell trait, something with an H, I forgot what it was, something hypernemia, something was, I don't know what it's called. It was a lot of stuff, and I was diagnosed with anemia, all the things, and she was like, it was completely false. It was inaccurate. I was on medications before these hospital visits to treat all these other things that were doing absolutely nothing for my well-being, for my health. And she said, you know what, we're just gonna stop those medicines cold turkey, because I don't want them to affect what's happening now. So I said, you know what, you the boss, you got it. I completely discarded all the other stuff. And I went into doing all these other things. I was like, okay, look, what's next, right? So as 2016 is ending, I'm on the perfect medicine combination, and I'm getting better, my body's getting stronger, I'm moving faster. My appetite is picking up crazy, guys. I went from 116 after I left that facility. At this time, I was about 120 at the time, towards the end of 2016, right? And it was at a stagnant weight, which was a blessing. I didn't care if it went up, it didn't go down. It was at that 120, I was fine with it. And she comes to me one day, I get a message in my portal, right? And she says, look, the base diagnosis is confirmed. We're moving on to something different. We have to figure out what's wrong with your legs at this point. So we figured out that something else that was outside of the base diagnosis was affecting my legs. Now, it may sound like this was detrimental, and it could be for some, but for me, this was a complete breakthrough in what was happening in my body. God was revealing to me that something was going on in my body as a separate entity of what was actually the root of something. And I thought, okay, look, God, why am I going through all this hell and chaos in 2016? He said, because he was breeding me and building me for something different. He says, yeah, he said, yes, I had to go through what I went through for something, but my testimony was to save other lives. Again, it might sound crazy to you, but for me, it was mind-blowing, right? I wish I could put that effect there, my head exploded, something like that. I'm gonna learn to do it eventually, right? But it was mind-blowing, guys. All that was happening in 2016 may have been a sad sight to see, but I grew a lot from everything. I got stronger from it. I gained a lot more willpower, and I learned a lot from everything that was happening in that season in my life. I learned that I had strength to keep fighting no matter what I was facing. And guys, I was facing something nothing short of death. Nothing short of death, guys. Remember, I found out that I was born with this illness at 22. Guys, at this time in the hospital, I was 24. Right, so I went through this whole span of not knowing anything until it just hit me at one time. Some people couldn't bear it. I almost couldn't bear it in the beginning, but at the end, I found the strength and courage in my Heavenly Father, God Himself, Alpha and Omega, who said to me that I got you no matter what, right? And yeah, so lo and behold, 2016 took around for the better. Yeah, I got out of the hospital. I made some friends in the hospital, right? I made some friends in the hospital, right? Mind you, I was the youngest person in each facility, but each rehabilitation facility, I was the youngest person in there. So I had all pretty much new grandparents, if you will, who were looking out for me and wished me nothing but the best. And I continue to wish them nothing but the best. And I pray that they are still kicking and pushing and driving on if they aren't. Yes, I pray that families are still blessed for knowing them. And I'm blessed myself for knowing them and them inviting me into their lives and taking me under their wing as much as they could and encouraging me to keep pushing and not giving up, guys. So I want to end this video out with saying this here. My 2016 may have started in hell, but it ended in paradise. I got back to the throne with my Father, with my Heavenly Father, and I sat there under His bosom and said, you know what, no matter what happens from this point on, it's you and me against the world. And He hasn't failed me yet, guys. I'm here in front of you now in 2020, strong-minded, strong in my body. I would flex, but I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings right now because I'm swollen just a little bit. But I'm strong in my body. I'm going to keep pushing on. As my fiance shakes her head, it's like, you know what, you just anything right now. But it's fine, all right? I'm not going to do it, right? I'm not going to do it. But I'm strong in my mind, I'm strong in my body, and I want to just encourage you guys who have been watching these videos that no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what you're going through, just keep pushing on. No matter what it sounds like, no matter what the naysayers say, keep pushing on. Guys, and forgive the background noises. Again, this is raw and edited and uncut type thing. I'm not going to burp those videos out. We have the windows open, let these house air out, right? But 2016 turned around for the better. I found the medical team that's been with me ever since, and we're getting closer and closer to the next phase of this of the second part of the diagnosis. I have not been broken prodded as I was in the hospital, which is a blessing, because that's the worst thing ever when you wake up at 2 in the morning with a guy with a needle telling me I gotta take your blood, but don't gotta wake up, just roll over, give me your arm. It's the worst, right? But I've learned so much from it. And as it says in Romans 8, it says, all things work together for those who love the Lord. And trust me, I do love the Lord, and I know that all things are working for my favor, and they're turning around for my good. As you can see, I may have been through hell. I came out on the other side, and I have a fiance who loves me for me. I adore her for her, and I plan to give her everything in this life I can give her with God at the forefront, as we will continue to grow together, as we continue to get these breakthroughs that's happening. And trust me when I say, take my word for it, I will walk without that walker. Again, hashtag walk again. Remember it. Hashtag walk again. I will walk. I will walk. I will walk. Correction. I am walking now. That's a fact. Hold me to it, guys. But yeah, so that was 2016 in a nutshell. I think that's maybe 3 videos. All right, we're not going to dive into it anymore. But I will, and we will go into depth in the other videos about the diagnosis and stuff as I feel more comfortable opening up about these things. Yeah, I'm getting more comfortable, more brave about it there, because I'm quite certain that there are other young people out there who are going through what I'm going through in my seasons or so. But I pray that my testimony encourages you guys. I pray that my story touches some people. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, if you are new to this channel, I should have said this before, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, guys. Please join the Life and Poetry family, join the Life and Poetry team. And like this video, comment under this video what you think, and share this video, guys. Let's get these videos out there. Let's get these numbers up. Because I'm not doing this just for the goodness of me just doing it just because. I want to get this out there. I want to get this mainstream. Yes, I want to get monetized on this channel, but that's not really my concern. My concern is really getting this testimony out there to people. But trust me, the money would be nice. The YouTube checks will come in really nice. We get those numbers, we get those subs up. Right, before the time being, guys, let's join the Life of Poetry fam. And yeah, 2016, whoo, it kicked my ass. Ooh, correction. It kicked my butt. I'm not blanking it out. It kicked my butt. I'm gonna keep pushing through. I'm gonna stay strong. So until next time, guys, this is your host, your boy, you guessed it, Marcus T, this guy. Peace.